What's up, guys? It's me, Jennifer, and I am back with another video. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Today I want to talk a little bit about transmuting negative energy because this matrix, guys, is looking and feeling a little toxic, right? And everybody's talking about the demons and the entities and the negative forces that are at play. And I just want to talk about how you can transmute that negative energy and separate yourself so that you are not on that timeline and so that you are not, a match to the negativity. And I speak from experience. Over time, I came to really understand that we are not victims of the matrix. We are powerful creators and we are creating everything. And so I'm all about transformation from the inside out so that the matrix can reflect back to us what we are holding on to within. Okay, so waking up to the fact that I am an empath, over time I started to realize how sensitive I was to everyone's energy around me. I became really aware of people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions about me and towards me, and it got really uncomfortable to the point where I felt very unsafe around people, and I just started to feel victimized by my own environment. I felt like I couldn't be around certain people. I felt shame for being myself. Just knowing when people had disdain, hate, jealousy, and envy towards me, I felt all that, and it felt very unsafe for me to be around. And so, of course, I got, heavy into the crystals, into the sage, in attempts to repel the negative energy. But I said, you know what? Enough is enough. BS aside, I am not some victim needing to, walk around with crystals and sage in order to protect myself from, these demons. I am not a victim of my environment, needing sage and, all of this BS. So BS aside, how do you really transmute this negative energy? How do you really protect yourselves from the demons? So the truth, guys, is you wouldn't be affected by the negative energy, the toxicity, if you were not a match to it. The negativity, the toxic people, the demonic forces are everywhere, but your protection is your frequency. You have to heal your frequency. But how do you do that? Well, you have to get really real with yourself. You see, you wouldn't be able to perceive the toxicity or the negativity if it were not already within you. You have to be really real with yourself when it comes to having haters, when it comes to having toxic people around you, when it comes to, feeling like people are jealous of you. Well, how many times have you been jealous? How many times have you been scrolling through Instagram and saw a beautiful model and you justify her beauty by saying, oh, well, it's fake or she's filtered, and you have that jealousy deep within you? You see, no, the jealousy is not who you are, but it's the emotion. It's the emotion that you felt before. When it comes to being religious, you religious folk, how many times have you judged or ridiculed spiritual folk? You feel like, you're being judged and you're being ridiculed by everybody else, but how many times have you done it? Spiritual folk, how many times have you judged or ridiculed Christian or religion? You see, you're not all love and light. There's always some darkness there. But what you have to do is understand that this darkness, when you feel jealousy, when you feel anger, when you feel like you want to judge and ridicule and look down on others, that's coming from a place of trauma. It's a trauma response, and it's your inner child. He or she needs to be acknowledged and loved. You have to go back to the scene of the crime and understand yourself. You see, you have to love that hurt and insecure child, that hurt and insecure part of you, and shine your light on it. That's your darkness. So when when you spot the darkness in others and look down upon it, it's self-hate, because 9 times out of 10, you're guilty of the same behaviors. And since you perceive that darkness and you perceive all of that in others, and you look down upon others and, as they are the bad one, you walk around with this subconscious guilt and shame, which is a lower frequency. So therefore, you are going to be a match to all the lower frequencies in people, in places, and things until you heal it within yourself. So when you're feeling bothered by toxic behavior, you take that toxic behavior, instead of judging it, you ask yourself, how is this a reflection of me? When have I felt this emotion before? When have I felt this way about somebody? And you go back to that feeling. And, it started, of course, in your inner child days, when you were a child. That's where it began, and you shine your light on that darkness. You acknowledge it and you say, this is a part of me. I too felt this before. This person is me, and you love that dark part of you. You embrace it. You understand it. You love yourself back to wholeness, so you no longer have these wounds, aka openings for darkness to attach to you, to affect you. You see, you won't attract the darkness from others. Okay, and honestly, guys, it's not that you will never attract it. It's that, you won't recognize it as darkness. You won't be affected by it. You won't see it as dark. It won't be there to bother you. And the demons or the entities, they won't be a match to you because you are whole and complete. You see, you won't have these wounds or these holes within you because you've acknowledged it. You said, hey, I have that toxicity within me. You see that toxicity. You understand where it came from. You go back to the scene of the crime. You love it. You care for it. You understand it. You transmute it. Therefore, you're whole and complete, and you don't have these holes. You don't have these openings for these demons to attach to you. So yes, guys, sage, crystals, they can cleanse your energy field, but only for so long. You see, if your energy field is riddled with negativity, it's only so much these crystals and these tools can do. You see, crystals, what they do is they amplify the positive energy around you. But if your energy is mostly toxic because you have all these wounds, those crystals won't do much unless you're really doing the shadow work and taking the focus off of everybody else and bringing that, and bringing that lightness within you and dealing with your negativity and your inner child. So when it comes to transmuting energy, when it comes to really dealing with negativity and toxicity, no, it's not cutting everybody off and saying they're the problem. It's finding the problem and healing the problem within you.